It's 2 days after my best race ever, where I don't know. Let's just watch with me, and I'll commentate my race. Okay, so here's like
ก็เป็น
the grid
Super
thing.
ขอไป
Sorry if
Sport
that's a bit
Production
too loud.
400cc SP และ SP Junior
So yeah, we
นะครับ
just came out. Pit exit opens, and then I'm on the grid, and
โอ้
then
ยทั้งลุ้นทั้ง
nerves were high today. Here's my teammate. He's he won every race in his class the whole season. Now here, this is Thurkit Boapua. He's my main rival, let's say. He was second in my class on the grid, and he was first in my class on the grid, and I was second in my class on the grid, and he's really, really fast, and he's done international racing, so I'm happy to be sort of on par with him. Anyway, this is the final race of the championship, and we have a few international riders. This is Deepak from India. And yeah, so I think I'm up next on the grid. Yeah, here we are.
หมายเลข 66 ครับ Axel เป็นเดเซนบาวลิน SMS Kawasaki Racing Team
Looking excited, a little bit nervous, definitely pumped for sure.
หมายเลข
Here is the championship leader. Now, in yesterday's race, we went head-to-head and finished 0.05 seconds apart, where he was P1 and I was P2. So luckily, I did a fast enough lap in race 1 that I actually qualified ahead of him. And in this race, I was just kind of like, it's all or nothing, I'm going to go for it no matter what.
8เป็นทางด้านของ
So,
พึ่งเจริญ CB Fiber
let's
Glass
see.
สิทธิผล Smart Sport DID ไว้ X กิตติหมายเลข 10ทำรถ
Alright, let's just skip ahead to the warm-up lap.
เอาละครับ
Now, on the warm-up lap, what I noticed is that one guy on my right was going to do a really, really, really good start. And on the warm-up lap, you can kind of gauge your braking point for turn 1. And I noticed that someone, did a really good start on the warm-up lap. Sometimes people give it away how good of a start they can do. So I knew to cover off that when it came to the real start. Anyway, we'll just watch it together for a bit. Now, I've got this drone shot. I think they'll pull up the starting grid. So just to give you a rundown of the classes, so SP is over 18s and SP Junior is under 18s, but the bikes are pretty similar. Now, the first guy on the grid is my teammate, and he's a ripper, super fast, track record, won every race. And yeah, today he said he was going to help me, and you'll see he did in my race. But I just had a really different mindset today. I was just like, I'm going for it. Now you notice I'm towards the front on the warm-up lap, just around here. And a lot of guys go slow on the warm-up lap, and then their tires cool down. But I feel like it's better to go for it a little bit on the warm-up lap, because I think waiting on the grid, your tires cool down less than just cruising around. That's just a personal thing. So you'll see that I'm actually the first one to get to the grid. There I am. Yeah, just looking back like, where is everybody? And it turns out the funny thing is my teammate who's on pole is the last one to get to the grid, and he was psyched for me. So you'll see what he did. It's pretty funny. But one thing I just want to look up here, my position here, I'm facing to cover off that right side of the grid, because I knew that on the warm-up lap someone fired it down the right side, so I wanted to immediately cover that off. Now let's see. And the final bikes are just coming in now. And yeah, my teammate, the final one. Look what he does. He does something pretty funny here. He passes me and then he gives me the thumbs up. I'm like focusing so hard, and then my teammates there like, come on Axel, let's go. Anyway, let's watch the start. I think it's my best ever start, this one. And like nerves are like high, you're just revving the bike, and I make a good launch, go over to the right to cover off the green bike. You see that? I'll just replay that, because he's my main championship rival right here. So I start moving immediately to the right, and he sees me and then has to take like semi-evasive action.
ปล่อยตัวนะครับเรามาดู
Anyway, and I hang it over right to the right side of the track, you know, then I'll have the inside. And I end up like from 5th on the grid to 2nd just in the braking zone, and I'm already here and just one bike ahead of me. So, and I actually go back down a gear lower than normal. So I get like really good drive out of the first corner, which allows me to do this,
251
which you'll see.
เรามาดู
Allows me to pull alongside Mr. Deepak from India and just late on the brakes. Oh, but you can't see the overtake because
โค้งหนึ่งครับ1คัน
one of the back markers' bikes blew up, which is a shame because I made a really good pass and then here I am in the lead. Yep, and then film the guys towards the back. Anyway, you can see I'm like just going for it. I've already gapped, like me and Deepak, the Indian rider, have already gapped 3rd place, and he's just clinging onto the back of me trying to hold on, and I'm just like sending him like go. It's just like, if you've ever been like chased by someone, this is kind of how it feels, and I'm just covering it off. I'm like, I gotta hold them off for as long as I can.
Axel ปีเตอร์เซนตามมาด้วยดีพักเรามีคุณมาต่างชาติทั้งคู่เลยนะครับ
Yeah.
ธุรกิจบัวผามาเป็น
And
ที่
then
สามครับแล้ว
through here,
เพิ่งเจริญที่สี่
I'm like, oh, why has no one passed me yet? Because I've never led like a professional race before, so this was funny. And then of course Deepak passes me. He's pretty quick through turn 8, and then turn 9. Yeah, look how fast everybody is. Like they're flying through there, and I just lose a little bit through there. And yeah, didn't get the drive on well. But under braking, I try to cover off number 888, but it doesn't work, so I just slot into 3rd. These two in the front aren't in my class, so I know that I shouldn't be silly and just try to, I don't know, be smart. Anyway, I passed number 888 on the exit of that corner, and then that's the first lap done. And another bike go down. I'm not sure what that corner that is. That looks like maybe 9. Anyway, I'm trying to get into the slipstream a bit, but I'm also towing them. And here number 888 tries to pass me, but then not later on the brakes, and then of course like just absolutely have to send it. Oh, but he stood me up. Like I was going for it, and then he just turns in and then almost chops my nose off. Like look at the angle. Like I'm like going, and then he's trying to go around the outside. He doesn't see me, but it's my job at the back to take evasive action, so I have to stand it up and just brake a little bit. But I slot in, get a better exit. Like look how much of a gap. Like look at 888. Look at our gap there, and then look as I slingshot around the corner, the bike length, like it increases to like 2 bike lengths of a gap. Just turn 3, I'm just like really getting the gas on early to try and keep it on the straight. And here's my teammate helping me out with 888 a bit, even though not in my class. So these 5 bikes here, not one is in my class, so I'm leading outright. As you can see on the timing tower on the left, like I'm in the green class, which is the under 18s. And the nearest person is like just behind this group. So I was doing pretty well. And yeah, I think about taking the lead again, but I just think maybe I should just slot in and follow, because I know Deepak, he's a professional rider, one of the best riders from India. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should follow him and just try it. This exit of turn 7 here, I get a bad exit, and then I think number 888 tries to make a move. Yeah, but he doesn't. I cover him off just a tad. And through turn 9, it's it's an off camber corner. It's like really like weird on the front wheel. Anyway, through turn 11, and then under braking, 888 comes alongside me. He pushes me wide, but I'm just like, no, you're not going in. So I just give him a little bit of a nudge under braking, like, no, go away. And then Deepak runs a bit wide, and then seems to like have issues or whatever. So I retake the lead, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm leading. Gotta, yeah. Oh look, Deepak's pissed. something went wrong.
บนฝั่งเกียร์200 ตัน
Yeah, look in the background, like right here.
ต่ำด้วย
He's like putting his hands up like shit. Yeah, because he was leading, to be fair. Anyway, now I'm just leading into the first corner. My nearest rival is here in P4 overall, and I'm leading outright.
เป็นใครครับ
My teammates weaving all over the place. He gets the camera time for doing that move,
ภาพตัวนี้คือหมายเลข95ครับ
but
ทางด้าน
it doesn't work out for him because he's behind us. Here, this is like one of a big part of the race where number 888, he's like, we're playing a game of chicken here basically. He's like coming as close as he can to me, and at this point we're about like, I'd say 10 centimeters from touching with our handlebars, and he's pushed me all the way to the ripple strip, and normally anyway, yeah, let me replay this. So number 888, he's right alongside, and then I just say, okay, nah, you're not having it. And then I just try to go around the outside. You can see I had a little bit of a moment under braking because I'm just on the ripple strip, like my front's like moving around, but I just go around the outside of him.
16 Axel Peterson กับธีรวัฒน์นี่เป็นบัดดี้ทีมเดียวกันนะครับ
Yeah, but I do go a bit wide, but I'm just carrying a lot of lean, trying to get the power on, and then yeah, managed to get it. My teammate, thanks to him, he played a bit of a game with number 888 here, like game of chicken, like nudging on him and stuff, so I could have a gap. And then now we're just formation flying, you know, at the front, 2 teammates. I think it's pretty awesome. First time we've led 1 and 2 in a race. Yeah, he had to go. He looked at it. Number 95, my teammate. He looked, but then runs a bit wide. If you don't speak Thai, the commentators are like, oh, this race, Axel's riding really good. They're like, normally he's like 4th, 5th, 6th, but today he's taking the lead. Anyway, yeah. Now it's just trying to hold it for as long as I can. I think here I do make a mistake though. Just here I run a bit wide. You can see I'm just about wide, just like a meter or 2 wide. And then, whoa, this was gnarly. Look at this, like number 888, he's just, I'm like not even in his class. He's just pushing me. I don't know. Some people just want to, I don't know. Some people don't think. Look at this. I'm literally like, this is a straight and I'm having to take major evasive action. That's insane. And then my teammate's like just getting a front row seat of it. But I'm like, nah, that's not happening. Oh, and then I just slot in. Yeah, it's gnarly. Like, because of that, like this happened, and that's gnarly. So number 888 really just not the smartest move. I don't know. Sometimes people race with their, don't race with their head, you know. I think, yeah, for sure he's got to look at that, because it doesn't, like, I'm not in his class. It doesn't achieve anything other than making us like both at risk of crashing. Anyway, 2nd overall, still 1st in the class, and I'm pushing it for sure. I wanted to take the lead again, but I couldn't. I don't like riding or fighting with 888. He's just a gnarly rider. Look at these guys. They're just struggling so hard to keep up with us. They have to take, that's like an extra 7 meters. Look, the first one raises his hand, and the second one, look, the third one at the back. And my teammate comes alongside. Look at his hand movements there. Like right here on the left side. He's like, he comes past me in the slipstream and he's like, go, 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 Axel. I'm like, I'm pushing, mate. I'm trying. So he's like, okay, I'll take the lead and help you. But so I know I need to get them both on the brakes, so I do that. And then I wanted to pull away, but this bike here, this yellow and black bike, it's super quick, like the fastest bike in the field. But my teammate's being a really big help. He's putting his knees out to make a bigger slipstream for me to try and come through. And then, yeah, I'm in the slipstream. and I'm just trying, but I'm super big for the 400. I can barely fit through the fit under the bubble. Like if you see all these other riders, they can fit their shoulders, but mine are huge. I can barely get behind it through the fast turn 4. That's a 6th gear corner, and then the front's just like going. It's really like you gotta have big balls. That's why they call it like big man's corner. I mean, it's just super scary. I mean, like the first couple of times, of course, you don't get scared going through there in a race. But a good exit, run it out to the ripple strips, brake, shift down to 4th gear, turning in. Oh, number 888 had a moment there. And then, yeah, it's pretty much as you were. Now my teammate looks back, and I think at this point he wants to go get his win, so he starts pulling away because he's really quick and can just do that. I'm not at that level yet, a couple more years of riding. But I just want to stay in this group and use these two that aren't in my class as protection from the guys behind. And it sort of works, yeah. So here into turn 12, they film the guys behind, and like it's like a Moto3 race. Everyone's just a bit gnarly under braking. Oh, nice. 29 pushed 57 quite wide there onto this ripple strip. Look at that right here. This is a good move because he can't turn in properly. So now I'm 3rd overall, yeah. And my teammate's pulling away, but this guy, number 8, he's my championship rival, I guess. Well, everyone's my championship rival, but the nearest person in my class. Now you can see he's coming. Yeah, what the commentators are saying is that if it finishes like this, number 8, Pat Kapat, will be the champion. This is a late move on the brakes. I was just having none of it. I'm like 10-15 meters behind, but I just say, oh, like that's not going to happen. 888, man. I'm just dive bombing you. The commentators are like, oh, Axel Pedersen's riding really good today. But then the problem with this is every time, because I'm really quick in the braking zone to turn 3, I'm kind of screwed for this straight here where I give them the slipstream. And if you have like a bike that's on power and they can get in the slipstream, like they can just breeze past me, and I have a look. And then he's actually fairly slow through here. But yeah, with the speed of his bike in my slipstream, it's just, I can't follow him. Anyway, some good coverage actually on the TV. Yeah, at this point I'm like just really enjoying it because, you know, we're having like a proper group battle, and I'm up the front. But this guy behind me on the yellow bike is eyeing me up for sure, and his bike's super quick. Like on the straight, my bike does like 202 or 204, and he's like rocking like 212. It's insane. Yeah, they're still talking about me on the commentary. Yeah, they're still talking about how normally I'm like P4 or 5, like overall. And it's 2 laps to go now, and number 8, he's broken away from the group further back, and he's eyeing us up.
2 รอบสุดท้ายครับคุณผู้ชมครับสถานการณ์ตอนนี้ตารางในแชมเปี้ยนชิพนะครับตารางคะแนนใน400ครับมีแต่คนเชียร์อาทิตย์พี่ตอง8เต็ม Facebook เลยตอนนี้
And again, turn 3. Just under braking. Oh my god, even that scares me. Like I'm just carrying. I look like I'm just not gonna make the corner, and then yeah, but that maybe they're doing that on purpose. I don't know. Like so they want the slipstream for the rest of the lap because after those couple corners, it's very hard to overtake until the final corner. But then yeah, they just pass me, and because one ducks to the inside and one's on the outside, I'm a bit of a sandwich, and they go really slow, and I never grab the brakes there. But you see, I had to grab the brakes because they're just like. I'm like gonna run into the back of him. Like he's like that far ahead of me, and then he lifts off, and then we're turning in, and I grab brake to not hit him, and then I have to be I'm forced to go around the outside, and then at this point, I'm like my face is right next to his exhaust, and it's like I'm leaning on him, like it's super loud, and then I just I went wide, I almost crashed. And these guys are racing, and yeah. The problem with this position that I'm in now is that I'm vulnerable to the guy behind me, number 8, and he's just pushing it. He wants to be champion so bad, and like fair enough, you know. Like, yeah, but my corner speed is just, it looks pretty good, and I'm just throwing it around, but yeah. Into the final corner for the second last time, and these guys are just, yeah, they're having their own battle. My teammate's just cruising at this point. He's got a pretty good gap ahead. But I'm still sitting in first place. I haven't lost the lead since the first corner, even though like we're chopping and changing, you know. And it's the first time I've led for this long. I think in the last race I led for the first time, like in my class, not even outright, and it was for like a corner or like a straight. But this race, the whole race, I was leading. And yeah, see, this one's same again, just sending it up the inside. Now this was probably not the best move because now I'm in the middle of the slipstream, and number 888 then has the double slipstream. I wish, if I could go back, I wish I had have just stuck behind 888 and not gone for it, but yeah, and then 888 gets a better exit, and then of course, yeah, I crash. From the lead. That's like quite sad. I'm still not recovered from that one. A little bit of slow motion. Like that doesn't look too fast, but it's about 120 kilometers an hour, that crash, and I pick up and I'm just like, shit, I just lost the lead, and I hit my head. I'm just like, god damn it. So I just go get my bike, and I know I have to finish the race. It's just the final race, and I pick it up and bring it around, but it sucks every time I watch it.
และก็กำลังจะคว้าวินเนอร์โพเดียมและแชมป์ประจำปีครับ
Anyway, yeah, congratulations to my teammate and Pakapak number 8 for winning the championships. Yeah, and it's super sad. At least my teammate got to have a good championship celebration. You know, special helmet, and then a flag for him as well. I'm really happy to be a part of this team, though. It's like the best team I've ever been in, and so professional, as you can see. You know, my teammate pushed me all year long, and you know, I'm 1.1 seconds faster than I was last year. And you know, I led the whole race, but just it wasn't to be. Next year, I guess. I'll just skip it a bit. Oh, they replay it again. Yeah, you can see I'm just almost running into the back of him, and then I just grab a little bit too much brake, and then the front just it loses traction, and then I just go down. Handing it to number 8, who won the championship. yeah, I stop and congratulate my teammate. But here I'm bawling my eyes out. From the second I crashed, I was in tears, honestly. And yeah, just I have to congratulate my teammate. You know, I have to set aside, you know, how I feel in that moment, because it's, in the end, it's his day. Whether I won or I crashed, it's still his day. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome setup though. That's a nice flag as well. Next year. Yeah, he gets to ride a nice victory lap. They just follow him around. And the final results, yes. As you can see, the scoring's weird. Pakapat actually got 25 points because he's first in the class, but I don't like how they do this last board. Anyway, I did finish ahead of someone still, so that's good. But yeah, I think P8 in the class, still 8 points. You know, it's better to crash out of P1 and still get 8 points than like not even fight for P1 and get 8 points. So I'm not too bothered. You know, I don't think there's anything more except just a podium celebration for my teammate. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there. That's my race. That's how I crashed. Next year we'll have to do it again. I'll be moving to Australia, but I hope to be flying back for the BRIC Superbikes. Anyway, thank you to Valvoline and Jack, my team boss, my two mechanics, Shok and Nui, and my mum, my dad, Luke and Rich, and of course Kim Thompson for helping the whole year. And yeah, it wasn't to be. Still, I'm not sure about my final championship standings after that race. I just yeah, tried to not look into it. And the last few days I've been trying to stay off social media, but it's a little bit difficult when you're a teenager. But yeah, seeing all the championship pictures of other people it's difficult, but I know that I'll be fighting for it next year. And I showed everyone there on Sunday that I can fight with the best, and I did. I led, and you can't be better than that. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.